In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. On the sixth day, God created Adam. He formed him from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Adam became a living soul. The first man opened his eyes and looked upon the world God had made. God placed Adam in a special garden, a paradise called Eden. Adam was given dominion over all living creatures. His was a world of beauty and peace where every need was met. Adam explored his surroundings with wonder. He named all the animals, each one unique and fascinating. Still, something felt incomplete. Adam longed for a companion, someone to share in the wonders of his world. The Garden of Eden was a place of unimaginable beauty and abundance. Lush greenery carpeted the ground, dotted with every kind of tree bearing delicious fruit. Crystal-clear rivers flowed through the garden, teeming with fish. The air was sweet with the scent of blossoms, and the sound of birdsong filled the air. Adam lived in perfect harmony with nature. He tended to the garden as God instructed, caring for the plants and animals. Adam was free from worry, pain, and death. His days were spent in peaceful contemplation and joyful exploration. The animals were Adam's companions. He learned their ways and lived alongside them in peace. However, none of them truly mirrored his intelligence and capacity for love. God saw Adam's loneliness and knew that something more was needed. A deep sleep fell upon Adam. God took one of Adam's ribs and fashioned it into a woman. This was Eve, Adam's counterpart, created to share in his life and love. When Adam awoke and saw Eve, he rejoiced. She was bone of his bone and flesh of his flesh. Eve was different from Adam, yet perfectly suited to him. She possessed her own unique beauty and a gentle spirit that complemented Adam's strength. Together, they were complete. Adam and Eve lived as one, their love mirroring the love of God for them. They walked together in the garden, marveling at the wonders around them. They shared their thoughts and feelings, their joy multiplying in the sharing. Adam and Eve learned and grew together, their bond deepening with each passing day. God had given Adam and Eve only one rule. They were not to eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. This tree represented a boundary, a respect for the order of creation. Obedience would ensure their continued happiness and communion with God. One day, however, a serpent, a creature of cunning and deceit, approached Eve. It questioned God's command, suggesting that God was withholding something good from them. The serpent tempted Eve with the promise of knowledge and wisdom, assuring her that eating the forbidden fruit would make her like God. Eve was captivated by the serpent's words. She looked at the fruit, now appearing more desirable than ever. Doubts crept into her heart. She convinced herself that perhaps the serpent was right. Maybe God was holding them back from something truly wonderful. Unable to resist the temptation any longer, Eve took a bite of the fruit. She felt a strange mix of exhilaration and fear. She immediately sought out Adam and offered him the fruit. Blinded by his love for Eve and swayed by her conviction, Adam also partook. In that instant, their eyes were opened. The innocence and purity of their existence shattered. They became aware of their nakedness and felt a sense of shame they had never known before. Fear and distrust replaced their previous feelings of love and security. They hid from God, their hearts filled with guilt and remorse. When God came searching for them, their disobedience became undeniable. The consequences of their actions were swift and severe. They were banished from the Garden of Eden, forced to face a world now tainted by sin and suffering.